So you're a fan of Atlanta United, and you can't believe we finished 2 points from the bottom?
Ugh, I can almost taste the wooden spoon. Yuck.
Well, anyone heard of Tata Martino?
Oh, the best coach in modern MLS history?
Yep, the one with a 66% win rate in MLS.
But the fans are skeptical. Did Dyla suck, or was it our talent?
Can Mickey still play? Where does Marinchuk fit? And was Latte a bust?
Stop it. I've done my homework, and I've got notes.
We're going to drink some wine and talk about it all.
I'm Mikey Dobbs.
I'm David Cass.
And I'm Carmen Butler.
And this is the ATL on Fire podcast show. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of ATL on Fire, the podcast where we talk all things Atlanta United Football Club and all things soccer. Dave, Carmen, you know how I'm doing. How are you doing?
We're already laughing.
I know. I have to control myself. I've been better, but I'm good.
Yeah, well,
Carmen broke herself again.
Yeah, so this soccer, I swear, it's like a toxic boyfriend. You can't let him go, but he keeps on hurting you.
Achilles?
I ruptured my Achilles playing soccer. I had one game as a 50-year-old, and it's the last soccer game.
Yeah.
One and only game as a 50-year-old, tore my Achilles, and I'm done. So
I'm so sorry.
it's been a good run.
Brutal.
It's been a good run, though.
Brutal.
That's fine.
That's
I feel
why
mine like
retired.
flaring up when I go out there now, so it's just like
Yeah.
should try to escape the
And I feel
future.
bad because I accused that girl of kicking me. I was like, of course you kicked me. I didn't just fall. But yeah, no.
You probably just fell.
I just
I
fell.
like it. I like accusing players.
Well, before I get into my whole rant, which you know is coming,
It's gonna build.
it's gonna build. Let's enjoy the wine that Dave brought here.
Tapestry from Paso Robles.
Tapestries.
It's a blend. Paso Robles is a little bit lesser known California wine region. What you think?
It's really nice. It's definitely sweet. You know, it's got a little fruity taste to it, but
Yeah. 'Cause I like a fruity wine more than most, and this is good.
Okay.
I don't know, maybe a little florally like the label. So
It's definitely complex.
yeah,
For sure.
thank you. And while we're at it, let's thank our sponsor, Wolf Mountain Vineyards up in Dahlonega.
Yeah. I
Again,
think I'm headed up there in a few weeks.
Are you?
But, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Perfect time of year. You're going to go up there and have like breakfast, lunch,
Probably dinner.
dinner. There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Thanks for the invite.
Yeah,
Appreciate
thanks
that.
for that. Appreciate it.
I'm taking my wife.
Okay.
Well,
Forgiven.
to also kind of drown our sorrows, I want to thank Wild Heaven Brewery, where
Nice.
we've got 3 locations here in the Atlanta area, here in Avondale Estates.
Right.
We've got Toco Hills and the West End location. So if you want some barbecue, go over to that Toco Hills location. Little Fox Brothers and Hayden, the manager, will take care of you. They got soccer on the weekends over there.
Love that.
Nice. Okay.
Watch some real soccer, some EPL, and enjoy it.
Yay.
See, if you give up soccer, then you don't get to go to Wild Heaven and eat barbecue.
I don't think you need to. So hold on. You don't need to give up soccer.
Oh.
I'm not giving up soccer.
Oh.
I'm giving up caring about any given team.
Oh.
I'll continue
Okay.
doing this
A wild
podcast.
card?
Wild card, yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I thought you were really just
'Cause
like,
that's
I'm
back-
done.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to care about no teams, and I was happy. And then all of a sudden, I cared about Atlanta United because you can care about your home team, right? Like, we live in Atlanta. Like, I've always been like an Arsenal fan, like at heart when Bergkamp went over there. But I never really got like emotional about the games. How could I? I don't live
Well,
in.
that's good because Arsenal's choking.
I don't live in. Yeah, exactly. And I don't live in England. So I can't be like that emotionally connected. Like, come on, I'm not a poser. I don't live in that town. But I
Arsenal
live in
gave up
Atlanta.
their point
And I
three.
am dying inside. I am dying right now. The 7-year drop of disaster soccer that we are paying for in many ways, not only tickets, but this podcast, and everybody's got to listen to us talk about how bad we are and try to find some problem that's a mystery, Dave, and you're going to try to track down the problem. The problem is being a fan of any team. Just let it go. Just enjoy a good game. You know, if Man City goes on a run, I just want to watch some good soccer. That's all you need is watch quality soccer? You know, that Arsenal Man City game was entertaining. I was
It was.
rooting for Arsenal, but I didn't get upset when they lost. I was like,
You didn't love the Donnarumma kick it off Havertz into my own goal.
No, but Leah loved the Norwegian god taking his shirt off. She was all about that.
And then
She-
giving it to the crowd. Just
Erling
like,
Haaland.
They ripped my shirt off.
I will just give it to you.
I have a man.
So I don't know where to take my fandom anymore. I really don't. I am emotionally drained of soccer right now. I'm so tired of walking out of Mercedes-Benz Stadium a loser, and that's part of the U.S. men's national team lately
That's
too.
right.
I've been to 6 matches at the Dome and at the Mercedes-Benz combined. Never walked out a winner. I think all of them are never seen the U.S. men's national team win a game.
Have we ever won in Atlanta?
I don't know.
We had the
Gold
epic
Cup
loss in
that
the Gold Cup.
Oh God, it
where
was
Brad
awful.
Guzan stepped over the line.
Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh! Please tell me we won.
Jamaica.
And it was a double header, and then-
And Mexico was in the second game.
Mexico was in the second game. I came back with a Mexico jersey on. That's how embarrassed I was.
Oh god!
And the embarrassment continues. This U.S. men's national team has zero chance of
talk about
doing
that.
anything in this World Cup. Dave is
think
going to
it's zero.
disagree. Like, I will be lucky to get out of the group. Lucky to get out of the group.
It's going to
especially with Turkey
who
in there
lines
now.
up in the first. You know who's still alive, who's still healthy when we take the
Socceroos and Turkey are probably going to beat us. It's going to be a disaster.
Oh god! Please let
Like,
that.
why not just set the bar really low right now, and then everything else
Yeah,
is
then
gravy?
they'll be happy.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with this.
That's what we're here to do for you. That's what
From
this
now on,
podcast
my
is gonna be
predictions
called,
for Atlanta United-
setting the bar low.
All losses for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Because then
All
maybe
losses.
we'll do something. 0 goals. Latte Loth is
In
a
the
bust.
last 4 games, we at least got a
All right.
tie.
So, our joking intro to the show is about Latte Loth being a bust. Is Almiron good anymore? And what was the other third person we called out? Maybe Alexei Miranchuk. He's my only guy that I am seeing anything. But
Oh, there's somebody.
there's somebody.
I'll take it.
He's still class, but everybody else not so much.
Okay.
So, Dave, take control. Take this away from me for a second, because I'll just
All right.
keep going.
I think that, so my view is it's very easy to sit back and say, team sucks, coach sucks, fire all 11, get a new 11, get a new coach. And maybe we need to do that. But I think the fans out there know that it sucks. We're not doing well. And the question is that really the case? Do they all suck, or is there really, something more to it? And I think, we owe it to them to think about it. And I thought the way to do that is to go player by player, sort of buy or sell.
Okay.
So I think you said coach, but I think let's do coach last.
I think that's the right way to go.
Yeah.
So do you want to go out of the back to the front? Or the
Yeah,
front to the
let's
back?
go back. Start in the back. Hoyos in goal.
Oh, sell.
Carmen.
Adios, amigo. Like, even I'm not blaming him on the goal that Nashville had in the last game, but come on, like, come up with something. And that's not only his fault for not doing better, making himself bigger, but it's a DNA problem, Dave. You know what? If he was 6'3", his arm would have gotten to that ball. He did not have the size to stop that cross.
The Columbus game, the ball that literally went right over his head.
Oh,
that was atrocious.
It was, yeah.
See you later. Sell.
Yeah, so.
So one of the things I'll say is that, when we talked in the offseason of what we needed, I said, number 1, goalkeeper. And then they brought in Hoyos, and I said, okay, Hoyos is the veteran backup goalkeeper, except it turned out he wasn't the veteran backup goalkeeper because I thought we were bringing in 2. He turns out to be the goalkeeper, and I agree with you. Sucks.
Yeah.
Sell.
Not
So
good.
since we're doing a wholesale, let's throw Hibbert in there since we've only seen a few minutes of him.
Yeah, it's hard to judge.
Buy or
him.
sell? I'm selling. See you later.
I think if I was forced to do it, I would probably say sell also, but I think it's hard to say. We just haven't seen him enough to be for sure.
Yeah. I felt like he had potential at the end of last year. They were actually
have
playing
potential.
him. But, I mean, we need something better.
Nah, he needs a haircut, needs to tighten up and start saving the goal.
If this isn't grumpy old man.
I'm
behavior-
serious. Let's get professional. Because you do your job. Get in there and stop some balls. Because Hoyos clearly isn't doing the job. Like,
I
let's
agree.
go. Let's get
I agree.
serious.
So we agree on the first one.
There we go.
All right.
Next.
So you want to go left to right or right to left?
Right to left.
Okay, right to left. So Tomas Jacob has been the right back for most of it now recently.
This one I'm on the fence on. This is probably the hardest one, but I say keep him. Till I see more. But I could also sell.
Carmen?
I'll go keep.
And I would say sell, but I would say sell at right back, absolutely keep as a defensive midfielder. I think actually as right back, I think he's gotten better, he's comfortable, but he's not pacey enough, he's not strong enough for me.
Okay.
He reads the game really well, but to me, the strengths that he has, if he expects to be like a legit excellent player, he better go back to the midfield in a heartbeat.
So who we counting as the other right back? Edwards?
So I would have said Edwards. He has not given Edwards a chance at
really
all,
hasn't.
except for in the Open Cup.
Yeah.
He played the full game in the Open Cup.
And I'm keeping Edwards.
To me, Edwards, I watched the
Got
U.S.
upside.
Open Cup, which very few people did, I'm sure. He was terrific in the U.S. Open Cup. Our defense was shambolic, but he was really good.
Okay.
He could get forward. I don't understand why Tata doesn't think that he trusts him enough, because I think that is, to me, the huge answer right now.
He's one of the
is to
few
get
players
Jacob.
that's physical, athletic,
Yeah.
young, and coachable.
And he
And
also
Tata's not doing it, man.
He's also not clueless in the box. He seems to have a sense of a danger, which is even better.
Mm-hmm.
He seems like a defender.
Yeah,
a real defender.
he's a real defender. That's perfect,
Yeah.
Carmen. Yes.
I'm with that.
So there we go.
don't know.
There's more keeps in my bag, but I'm also kind of selling Jacob. I mean, I need to see more in the defensive center back doing something.
Okay, so the center back.
He certainly didn't cross the ball very well in the last game. Yikes.
Yeah. Gregerson.
Keep. Been very,
Carmen?
very impressed with him so far this season in terms of somebody who actually gives a crap and will put in a tackle and play some defense.
Yes.
Now,
That's it.
around him, not so
Yes.
much. He's got a lot on his plate, like he always has. The few times he's healthy.
Yeah.
Now, whether we see him continue to play again, who knows? But
Well, I told
from
you.
what I've seen this season so far, I'm keeping him.
They're measuring the inflammation in his red blood cells
You mentioned
after
that.
every training session in math or something. I
Okay,
think
so
it's
maybe
pretty
that's
cool.
balancing it right. They
I
got
don't know.
Again, very cool, but why do we have to do this for this dude? Like, are you doing it for other? Like, what's up
Sometimes,
with him?
yeah, if you want to be an awesome club and if that's what you have to do to keep him healthy, then sure, why
We're
not?
not an awesome club though.
Well, but that way we are. We're measuring
science.
inflammation.
Yeah, but
I mean, come on.
I'm a keep with Gregerson. I like it. It seems like he cares. He'll put in a tackle.
I am
like
also an absolute keep on Gregerson. I think he's been great. The only knock of him is that he's
Yeah.
always injured.
always injured. Yep.
All right.
All right. Mihai.
You know, I could go either way. You know, we've got 14 goals against us. So it's not like he's doing a stellar job. You know, none of them back there are as a unit. And yeah, you can blame that in front of the three in front of him. But Miha's, he's a mixed bag. I don't know. That's how I'm going to go with most of the rest of them too.
Carmen.
I'm gonna go keep just because I still feel like he's better than a Braum and Williams. But like that's the problem. The fact
The bar
we
is low.
just thought like we could anybody would be better than them. We'd have to improve, and I just haven't really seen it.
Yeah.
But I'll keep him. He's a keeper.
I'm on the fence about Mihai. Like, so I like him. I think if the team got rolling, he could really do well. But he hasn't been able single-handedly to deal with bad situations. I think the situations that he's gotten sort of beaten on or whatever haven't been his fault. And I think he is covering most of what you want to see, and he is pretty hard, and he's stepping up, and he tries to get a challenge in midfield. So everything is good, but he's not good enough. Like, there are some defenders who are good enough to make up for other people's mistakes and whatever, and he's not that good.
Yeah.
So I'm not like high on him that much, but yeah, I would probably say keep. I think, to be honest, our back line could be good enough, despite the fact that we've shipped a lot of goals. But anyway, Baez. Let's keep going on the left.
Don't want to go Barakal as the backup.
Well, Barakal.
Yeah.
We were going to go backups afterwards.
Okay.
But,
Well, he's played a lot of games.
He played one game, and then Tata said, I've seen enough.
Well, let's just get over it. Sell.
Yeah. Carmen,
So
did you guys see the goal we give up in the U.S. Open Cup?
I did.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
I did not watch the US Open.
So
Bad.
the defender for Chattanooga
And he's been beaten
just
over the top a
kicked
lot.
the ball straight up the field. He looked at the ball. And then he's like,
Oh, that's going over
I think
my
it's
head.
going over my head. And then he turned around too late, and the Chattanooga defender just ran right by him, came in on goal, and scored.
Yeah, chest it goes near post, upper 90.
Yeah, that not good.
Yeah.
Not good. Now, what interesting thing, I was like, how did this guy play in La Liga? He's awful. Now, late in the game, he made an absolutely classy splitting ball up from the back to the middle. And I'm like, well, maybe he's actually good on the ball. And this is where I was thinking outside the box. Okay, we got a crap defender in Barakal. Why not put him defensively in the midfield where he can break a few people? It doesn't matter that he's so slow, right?
Because I mean,
Might help.
I'm sorry.
Think outside the box.
Other than Gregerson and Edwards, I don't see any hard tacklers on this team.
Well, I think Barakal can get a hard tackle if he could ever get close
Maybe
to
the
the defender.
other, maybe the other midfielder. How do you pronounce his name? Galarza.
Galarza.
Yeah, he's not afraid to mix it up.
No,
my goodness.
All right, Baez.
Baez, sell.
Sell.
Yeah, he's had some moments. He's very young, so you got a little whatever. But I'm not convinced that he's a better player than Amador, for example.
Yeah, and
Amador is getting 0 time.
Well, that's
Zero.
what I'm having trouble with Amador right now is he's getting 0 time, and I used to like Amador.
Yeah.
And so I'm a keep Amador until I see something different. But that's why we're going to get to Tata in a minute, but I'm not sure about what that guy is drifting up.
Right.
So Amador hasn't gotten. Has he played at all? Like I'm trying to remember.
Played in
Like
the
a
Open.
little bit.
He played in the Open Cup.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I liked Amador. What I saw of him last year.
Well, he was hurt a lot. He hasn't been on the field a lot, but he's been healthy for a while now, and he's not getting in the field.
Well, let's continue on the back line with Ronald Hernandez.
Ronald Hernandez.
Sell. Who I was
Carmen?
high on. I was
Carmen?
a fan. Like he has played like complete garbage this year.
And we're basing it just on how they played this year.
Yeah, because this is this year.
This is
This is-
What
this
have
is
you
this
done for me
year.
lately?
I know. Sell.
I'm going to go with 3 words. Sell, and sell. And honestly, I'm going to say forget even this year. He's been bad now for a couple of years.
Well, yeah. I mean, under Pineda, there was 0 coaching on how to actually play defense.
Right.
So he missed his window on how to learn to pressure and actually make a tackle, which seems to be a common problem still for this team.
Yeah.
Because and Tata refuses to play Edwards, which we're going to get to him. You're on my list, Tata.
Edwards, and Edwards. Why aren't we playing Edwards?
Yeah.
Do not understand it.
Quick, physical.
Who else is in the back line that's on the bench that maybe?
That's it. That's
Okay.
the whole back line. You got it all.
Okay.
All right. Now we go to the midfield. So my full assessment, well, we'll do that afterwards. Okay. Midfield.
Yes.
All right.
Take me along.
Defensive midfield is now Muyumba.
Adios, amigo.
Oh, he frustrates me to no end. I don't know why. He's so frustrating to me.
And me sell as well. I mean, I think he's so, he has some things he can do on the ball, but he gives the ball away too much even when he's on the ball. And defensively off the ball, he's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. He has no idea.
It's like we say, if this team was cooking on all cylinders with other pieces,
Yeah.
and he could come in and be physical and get the ball and move it, but this is certainly not the team for him.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he frustrates me.
Yeah.
Okay, so of the other midfielders, we were playing a lot of initially of Alzate.
Yeah.
So we'll go with Alzate first.
Elzate, bye-bye. Go back to Hull City.
Carmen.
Yeah, I haven't really seen anything from him.
Yeah.
Like Alzate,
He's garbage.
He's
terrible.
Like I've seen him with the ball. Like
Nothing.
he's got like a moment of dribbling skills, like sometimes, and can go, but
Nothing.
overall doesn't really produce anything for this
Nothing.
team. Yeah.
You're supposed to be a guy, who helps to keep the ball. But we've got a bunch of guys who are the exact same sort of keep the ball, but they're not really good defensively. They don't really split the lines offensively. They don't make runs. They're really worthless in the center and midfield. Okay, so Alzate. So then let's go Galarza, the new guy.
Keep
Carmen.
Galarza is probably just mad, and he's got to be so frustrated right now.
He's got to be pulling his hair out.
He's a guy like early on, like again, he's got the Atlanta United curse of a bunch of trash around him that's not doing anything.
I agree. I think he looks like he moves around a lot. Looks like he can get angry and get in a tackle, and I think he can do a lot of things. I would keep him for sure.
Sounds good.
Here's the one who's probably the most controversial so far this year: Cooper Sanchez.
Well, I don't think it's controversial. I sell him, but that doesn't mean he doesn't have a future. He's a young kid.
Yeah.
And
he's 17.
And he's 17, and I've seen some good things from him. But if he was coached properly, I think he'd progress. But I don't know that Tata's helping him out either.
Yeah.
Carmen?
I would say keep because he's young and we can hopefully grow him, but I haven't seen a lot yet from him. And
Sanchez is being held back by Tata, in my opinion, because he's gotten too many minutes. I think other more senior players need to be in for Sanchez. We've seen way too much of him, and that does not make him hungry for the minutes he's gotten. And I just think it's a mistake by Tata.
One thing I'll say is I actually think he is getting coached because he's starting to move a little bit more. But it's so crazy to me to be a 17-year-old getting out on the field in MLS and not running around. You're like, it's clear to me he's just been used to in his youth side, just sitting there. Everybody gets him the ball, and then he does his thing. And you're like, dude, you're in MLS now. Yeah. You're not just going to get the ball and nobody's going to play through you continuously on this team. Certainly not until you show that if you got on the ball and you did, Almada type things with it, sure. But he's not shown that at all. No. Right? So to me, I would sell and I wouldn't even think twice about it and never look back.
Ooh.
Yep.
Ooh.
Bye-bye.
Okay. All right then.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
If we want I want a winning team. I am not emotional about your 17-year-old kid.
Right. And
I am keep the 17.
I am not emotional. I pay for tickets. I pay to watch Atlanta United win.
Yes.
I am moving on to selling.
Not going to win with that guy.
That's why we need somebody in there to make some of these decisions right now.
No, because some people are comparing him to whatchamacallit, who used to play for Columbus, who plays for the U.S. national team, and he now plays in the championship. I'll think of it in a minute.
Oh, the guy left halfway through last year?
He's amazing. But if you watch him, he runs around. He gets it. He gets in a tackle all the time. You're like, I'll think of it in just a second. But, it is night and day. I'm like, that guy knows what he's doing, and Sanchez does not. Yeah. All right, so next we have the recently returned from very long injury, Jay Fortune.
Sell.
So.
Yeah, and I'm a huge sell.
Yeah.
He played well in the U.S. Open Cup a little bit. It's interesting. In the U.S. Open Cup, he looked really good. He got the ball around the top of the box, and he actually made short runs.
Yeah.
Right? He actually will burst into the box or after he makes a pass or whatever, but in the midfield, no runs. No runs whatsoever. And he doesn't get a tackle in ever.
And he had an opportunity in the Nashville game. He should have finished and didn't do it. It's like, you have your moments.
He did have, that was a great chance.
Yeah.
Aiden Morris is what I was thinking. Aiden Morris. So if you watch Aiden Morris with Columbus, he broke through at a very young age. I mean, that guy would move around the field all the time, would get tackles in all the time, could split something with a pass. I mean, it's just night and day, right? Sanchez is no Aiden Morris.
No. Well, that's why he's gotten a sniff at the camps.
So then the other guy in the center midfield is obviously Miranchuk.
Keep. And I say keep because for me, with just watching a soccer player, he's one of the few people that I've seen this year take somebody on and be able to dribble by them, be creative. And again, he's just got that level of class. Again, it's underappreciated right now unless you see it. But I see it.
Carmen?
Yeah, keep.
Yeah, I'm going to keep him. I think he's been super class. He's our leading scorer. And he scores goals. He is really good on the ball.
He dribbled around like two or three
moves
people
into
there.
spaces. Yeah, he's classy.
He's just
We're not the same team when he's not on the field.
Absolutely. Yep.
Okay, so I think that's Will Riley, I guess, is one of the other midfielders.
I would keep for now, but I haven't seen a lot of minutes of him other than now and again. But probably upside unless you want to sell and bring in somebody better. Sure.
Oh. Carmen?
Yeah, I mean, he used to bring energy off the bench, but I can't remember really what he's done this year.
I would say that. I think he had some injuries, so maybe that's hurting him down. But he would bring energy off the bench, and he hasn't really this year. He's been moving around a little bit less. Like, hasn't been as good. So, I mean, I'll give him a little bit of a pass. I would keep him because I think he's got talent.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't give him a huge leash.
Yeah.
Like, he wouldn't be
I think you can't throw the baby out with the bathwater or whatever right now with him. Like, I know I'm angry, so I'm going to try to sell a lot, but I'm not going to be harsh just yet on him.
Yeah. All right. And then our front line. So let's start with Almiron.
Oh, I mean, like this year, I think you have to keep him. I mean, he's still better than most players in the MLS. Am I disappointed in the overall output? Yes, but I think that has to do with the surroundings more than anything. So, you got to keep him.
Carmen?
I will never let go of Miggy Almiron. Oh. It will never happen.
Sentiment. You can't let her run the club.
I know. Don't let me run that club.
I would keep him too. I think so. There is with the amount of money we're paying and as a designated player, like, are you getting enough from him? Can he score by himself? No. But he's still working his ass off. And
he's laying up to the person I'm about to sell enough chances.
Yeah, I think so. He's doing it. Yeah, he's creating a lot of things. So I would keep him. We won't get to him quite yet.
No, we're not there yet.
How about Saba Labanice?
I think at this point, I'm a fan, but I'm going to sell him as well. I think we got to upgrade.
Ooh, I keep Saba.
Saba time is over.
I know it's over, but he did so well.
The clock has run out.
Yeah, he hadn't done much this year.
He hasn't gotten
fine,
much
Sal.
of a chance this year.
Fine, Sal.
He's not started anything.
Yeah.
So I'm a little bit surprised about that.
Got to be somebody's fault, not mine.
Yeah,
Get in there and score some goals.
You worry
Because that guy couldn't hit the broadside of a barn most days.
Yeah.
When he makes amazing creative moves.
Yeah.
Too much of a resume of missing his opportunities. Let's move on. Bye.
Yeah, I mean, I thought that Saba was going to be a guy who also would work a little bit hard to get a tackle in or whatever, and he was sort of, but that's kind of gone away a little bit.
Yeah. By not his fault too. I think
he's lost his confidence. That's for sure.
That is accurate.
So I'm kind of, I guess if you pushed me on it, maybe sell, but I think there's still a way that he might come back. You could get more out of him.
All right. Who else are we missing in the forward position as like a sub?
Oh, as a sub?
Yeah.
We'll get to it, but we're going to go to last starter first.
Yeah.
Latte Loth.
Selling. This guy is one of the most expensive transfers ever to come to the MLS. Mm-hmm. At some point, I don't care what the equation is at this club, you got to figure out a way to put it in the back of the net more often than he is. Yeah. He's had opportunities that he's outright missed. He has had opportunities where he gets into the box and stumbles and loses his footing and does something awkward. It's just not there for the money that we're paying him. Mm-hmm. Huge bust. Sell. I want my money back.
Carmen.
Mikey Dobbs is not wrong, but whenever I watch him, I feel that like when I used to play a forward and you were just in that slump where no matter what you did, where you were, it was like the ball was somewhere else. Nothing could go right for you.
You know what they didn't pay me, though? Anything close to his salary.
That's true.
Put up or shut up. It's time.
Yeah.
You got to put it on your shoulders. Yakimakis, that dude was an assassin.
He was an assassin.
There was nothing going on. He'd figure out a way to get us a goal.
Yeah. So
I would have that Zlatan flavor that we are missing on this team.
Yeah, I would say so.
And it's not his work rate. He works really hard. He's just
hard.
not that player. He's not the player that can manufacture a goal on his own.
But it's because he works super hard. You can see him so frustrated.
Super frustrated, working really hard.
But you're right. So far, based on what we've seen, we were so excited about him at first.
Right. That's the thing. He's missing that ability to step back and being like, you know what, guys? He's missing that attitude. He's almost working too hard for the team to try to work too hard to get the goal instead of being like, you SOBs need to figure out a way to cross this thing into me, and I will finish it every time, but I'm not doing your dirty work.
What do the young people do? Snap or whatever they do with their fingers? I don't know. Whatever they do.
That's right. No, we're not snapping. He should be yelling. He should have, at this point, he needs swagger at yelling at his teammates. Like, he is not commanding. I'm not seeing any sort of venom towards, Jacob crossing the ball. I'd be like, dude, if you can't cross that ball to me in the box, I'm in the box, dude. Mm-hmm. There's no attitude on this team, which is a problem across the board. Yeah. What was Pineda saying that we needed more of?
Heart.
What was the other? No, it was another word.
Intensity.
Intensity. Oh. Yeah, you know what? This team lacks any sort of intensity, Dave. It actually does. Mm-hmm. Like Tata has got nothing in this team that gives a crap.
That's accurate.
So I think that Latte Loth is the wrong striker for this players around him. So one of the things I've noticed about him is he works really hard in the middle of the field. He makes a lot of runs. He's constantly looking for the ball over the top, which we don't play that often, which is not so good. Once he gets in the box, his runs and his energy is terrible. Like, he actually does not attack the ball in the box. And that's why he cannot score a cheap goal. And that's the problem with Latte Loth. Yeah. He's sort of like a premier player. Like he'll score a beautiful ball, gets through, and he'll dribble by the keeper and can score. He can do all that. He can sometimes score an amazing header occasionally. But the little cheap goal where you bust in and you get your toe in and whatever, he is too pretty of a player. He's not as intensity as much as he needs to be. Yeah. And for this team, certainly at this moment, when we create a lot of things in and around the box with little passes, we need to get someone on the end to finish. Yeah. And he is not a finisher.
I want a toe ball goal. I want anything.
Yeah, you're right. Okay.
He's not a finisher. Yeah. And that's his weakness. So if I were coaching him,
he's a finisher.
I would say, dude, every single time we're in the box, you need to go hard. No pretty checking back or whatever. Go hard near post. Every single time you're running, freaking go and try to get your anything on the ball.
I don't know that I agree. He's not in the box with intent. I think that's waned. When we saw him first come out,
a little bit.
He was super intense inside the 18 and super hungry for somebody to give him anything to finish. And he just never got the momentum and the confidence.
Yeah, but you have to be able to do that yourself if you're that expensive.
That's
a player.
I was saying. Yeah, exactly.
And and the team does create things around in the box. Yeah. We get around the box, but he's just not open in the box.
There's always some weird thing that happens. He stumbles.
It's so weird. It's like he falls or he
stumble a little bit. Yeah,
kicks it against his own leg or something. So is there a way? Could the rest of the team, is there what type? I'm trying to figure out how we could help him. Do we need more balls over the top?
I know the answer.
You know the answer.
I know the answer.
Are we is this the time for the answer?
Sure.
Let's do it.
Answer. So it's a player we haven't talked about. So the exact opposite of Latte Loth is Cayman Tagashi. So Cayman Tagashi is all energy. He's super active in the box. He will stick his nose in the box and score a goal. Finisher. Not pacey, doesn't really understand the game in the midfield that much in order to make runs or whatever, but is a pure waiting in the get in the box to go finish. So I think they need to play together. Because if you play Cayman Tagashi, you have no threat over the top, and then people just dominate you in the midfield. If you play Latte Loth, you have tremendous threat over the top and no finishing in the box. If you play them together, you have both of those things.
Okay.
That's my answer. I would be playing both of them.
But why is it okay? Let's get to our last guy, which is Tata.
Yeah.
I have been amazingly underwhelmed by so many of his decisions, including trying something like you just mentioned, the consistent starting of Sanchez, too many minutes. I'm not saying Sanchez shouldn't get minutes, but way too many. Lack of like thinking about Edwards in the back since Hernandez is not the answer. Like early on, like what is this guy seeing as a great coach, Dave? That I'm just thinking this guy is laying a fatty. I don't know.
Well, it's interesting because, he has said that he thinks – so I said in the offseason we needed two things, a brand new goalkeeper and we needed a center midfielder, okay? That was when I thought Sleaze was coming back. As soon as Sleaze left, we needed a goalkeeper and two center midfielders, okay? So he has said over and over and over that we need a defensive midfielder. Like, it's really bad. Like, in the last game, his solution to all that was to play four mediocre midfielders who don't defend at all. He played them all. He played Jay Fortune, he played Cooper Sanchez, he played Muyamba, and he played Galarza, all four. So he tried to, just by numbers get through it, but I'm like, it was him who had the creative idea when we didn't sign. He clearly wanted a defensive midfielder in the offseason. The guy who played for West Ham who went to Spain was the guy, the Argentinian guy. I'm forgetting his name again. But anyway, that was the guy they wanted, clearly. And when they didn't get him, Tata got creative. He said, look, we've got this young guy who can read the game. And he put him in the defensive midfielder, Thomas Jacob, right? And he played well. The team didn't play well, but he played well. We gave up too many goals in the back, and he's like, I got to solidify the back line. He's moved him to right back. That was not the answer. He had the right instinct to begin with. We need a defensive midfielder, and the right answer is to play him. And the right answer is to play Edwards and give him a chance, or at least give him a chance and let him make a few mistakes. What do we got to lose now?
Yeah.
But Tata is a little too set in what the players are, I think he's got to think outside the box with this team a little bit. I mean, sometimes
That's not thinking outside the box, though. Like it's just watching who can defend.
Yeah.
And it's clearly not Hernandez, and it's definitely Edwards.
And I think the other answer is to play. So if you play Tagashi as the center of the front three, as just literally you stay up top, keep them honest, and get in the box. Latte Loth plays the left side of it as a left footer and a winger, dangerous up top. Almiron plays the right side of it, right? And now you have those two guys feeding Tagashi with Miranchuk sitting behind. Now you've got a much more attacking team. And you play Tomas Jacob as the true defensive midfielder sitting there the whole time, right? And now you only got one problem instead of three.
Yeah.
The other problem that we still have is who is the other guy in the midfield who's going to go up and down. I would be creative. I would be trying two different players in that position. I would maybe, certainly US Open Cup, I would have tried it. Barakal, because he's not going to be in the center back. Okay. See if he can be good on the ball. Or the other guy who I think can play that role, Saba Lubenice, right? As a center of the park, in with everything, just getting the ball.
You said that last year or the year before,
too. Why not?
Really?
Why do we need him out wide? He's not going to run by anybody. He's not pacey enough. There's so many guys, and I think they're right in this case. Usually the social media people are wrong. They say, Saba dribbles up against a guy, and then they take the ball from him. But the problem is he tends to beat the guy, but then he's not pacey enough to go by him. So in spaces, he's good, but he's not going to go by anybody. He's just not pacey enough. But in the middle, playing little touches.
He can get a little space and then enough.
Or the other thing of it, I would play Saba, and I'd probably, the Galarza looks like legit the other guy who's going to be there. But anyway, it would be Tomas, defensive midfielder, Miranchuk in front of them, probably Galarza initially. I would give Saba some minutes there. And then the front three, I would take my chance to totally change it up and give us a finisher in the middle, which is what this team is lacking right now. Even when we're on the front foot, the times when we've played well and created a lot of chances, we're not scoring. And people are looking at Latte Lath and saying, oh, he's not our 20 million guys. He's never going to do that. Or maybe he will. But to begin with, let's put a guy in who already knows how to do that. Cayman Tagashi.
Okay, well, I don't know that I've seen it from him too, Dave. Come on.
I think he can finish. Let's be honest.
I'm not.
Did you see the goal he scored in the U.S. Open Cup?
Don't care. This Chattanooga.
But that's the only game he's ever played.
Come on.
It's the only chance he's got. He actually came off the bench in one of the MLS games and almost scored as well.
I'm exhausted of how little effort we are putting into scoring a goal. And this is not Tata Martino soccer. Fair. I mean, if we're gonna lose, let's lose.
You ain't lying.
What is he doing, Dave? This is not Tata Martino that I know. This is not the style of soccer.
Well,
it's embarrassing that we cannot go out there and score with the talent.
The other thing that Tata did in the championship teams is our outside backs really created a lot of offense. And Jacob and Baez, it's funny because people who are really long listeners of the podcast will say, Dave is always talking about having them stay back. And I agree with that. Mostly I want them staying back.
Are you calling for airplanes right now?
No, not airplanes. But I would like to see them getting forward more in a dynamic way. And the guys who can do that are Amador and Edwards, not Baez and Jacob. Yeah. So I think offensively, we would be way better off with those guys in the back. And Jacob can actually protect our front, our center backs, and we wouldn't need all of the panicking or whatever. Because right now, Muyumba is not protecting Jack.
Nobody. Oh, he frustrates me so much.
So I don't know if you did all that, whether we would suddenly be the team that I thought we were going to be. I think I'd pick us fourth. But I think we'd be a lot closer to that. I also think that we're not that far away. We've been in games, we haven't scored or whatever.
Stop it. You know what we are, Dave? We are wooden spoon material. Every stat says we're wooden spoon material. So don't even give me this. Let me wait till half the season's over and we're going to judge it then. MLS is a long season. You know what? It is a long season. We're a quarter of the way through.
Yep.
We're 1-1-6 with 6 goals. Yeah. 14 goals against.
I don't disagree with you.
And there is no hope that I see from what I'm seeing that it's going to improve.
I think if you changed it up the right way.
But who's going to change it? You're not going to change it.
I would.
You would, but we're not changing anything.
Well,
we had Moyumba, Sanchez.
This is our last thing.
Fortune in the midfield.
Buy or sell.
Good luck.
Buy or sell on Tata Martino.
Sell. Go back to Argentina. Go drink some wine.
Dare you, sir?
Yeah. What? See you later. Pochettino,
Carmen.
Gone. I'd fire Pochettino before the World Cup too.
We'll get to that.
Nonsense.
We'll get to that. But you say fire on Tata. So what's your critique of Tata? Let's see the specifics. I mean, not just the team being terrible, of course, but
I think first and foremost, we talked about needing a goalkeeper out of the gates as a confidence builder for the entire team. We talked about during the preseason how important it is as a player that turns around and says, "Who do I got?"
And this, you're absolutely right on. And Hoyos was Tata's guy who he brought in, so that he should.
Oh, he was.
If we give all the credit for him for identifying Almiron and some other people in the first go around, you got to give him also the pain for identifying Hoyos.
Yeah, Hoyos was Tata's person.
Yeah.
You can go back on Twitter and see my post when Brad Guzan got entitled the advisor role or whatever. I said his first advising should be get a goalkeeper as good as he was when he came into Atlanta United, because that's what we need. We need a top 2 MLS goalkeeper on our roster.
Yes, we do.
Amen to that.
It solves so much. It solves the season, especially in MLS. I mean, goalkeeping in MLS, I can't even tell you how big of a deal it is. The way it can swing the craziness of an MLS game when you have a goalkeeper
I agree.
That would have saved the shot from Honey Mukhtar, whoever it was that went far post. That was like the weakest foot. I mean, you watch that. I mean, are you kidding me?
I agree. Get us a goalkeeper.
Not that it was
and
his,
Tata's
not
fault.
that the whole buildup is his fault, but he could have been the hero.
It's Tata's fault for putting him on the field.
It is.
I wouldn't let him on the field right now. I would at least play Jaden Hibbert. At least he's young.
At least he's young. Yep.
And at least Hibbert's at least 6'2", right?
And he's a little taller, yeah.
Yeah. So statistically, I mean, we say we're a statistics-driven team. Bollocks. We got a goalkeeper that's like 6 foot.
I agree. I agree.
These are facts. I mean, they need to go to the data. The data says you can't be a professional goalkeeper unless you're 6'2".
I agree.
Like you are literally an outlier, like the book. Read the book. Like you can't be a professional goalkeeper unless you're 6'2", 6'3".
Malcolm Gladwell, people. But I was the one who told you all that, so I agree with you completely. Yeah. Okay, but what about up the field? So Tata, what has seen Tata defensively outside of the goalkeeping?
Well, let's stay in the back. I feel like the right and left back, he's not given Amador enough minutes, and he hasn't given Edwards enough minutes.
I agree. Although one of the things that's interesting is defensively, in terms of positioning the guys who he's played, I think he's made the wrong call on those outside backs, but they're defensively, positionally, they've been pretty good. Like we haven't seen the giving people all kinds of space. We haven't seen the, every time they go up the field, we have nobody challenging at midfield. We haven't seen that. We've gotten beaten, but mostly we've gotten beaten not on like horrible defending plays. We've mostly gotten beaten on like Muyumba giving up the ball or some terrible transition moment and right down.
Oh, here's the other problem with Tata. So we've had options, right? So I'm saying play Edwards as the right fullback, which means then you can play your Jacob. I'll give him a shot as the defensive centerman.
If you are listening, anybody in Atlanta United, the one change you can make right now is to take Jacob, put him back in the center midfielder, and Edwards, please give us Edwards at right back.
And then that gives you the option to play. Of course,
game changer.
Miranchuk and Galarza as the two other players,
right? Because you have someone actually defending in the midfield.
Check. And then I don't care what you do. If you do your thing with the
game of Tagashi,
Tagashi, and I don't know that, but that'll solve a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I think
that's our biggest problem.
That might even solve most of it,
at least until we go and buy another incredible.
Because then you got, Almiron and Latte Loss should be able to create up front.
Yeah,
better than. Yeah. So
I agree, but it's amazing how domino effect small things can have on a team, right? Because this is when I was saying, and that we're not that far away. We're very far away the way we are playing in the current positions, but one little change like that would change enough of a domino that I think would instantly get us a number of wins. I'm not saying that we're going to suddenly move into the top 4 like I predicted. I think.
Same.
Latte Loth
has sailed.
Well, I said that was going to depend on Latte Loth, and I really thought he was going to do it, and he has not. So I was wrong about Latte Loth for sure. I really thought he was going to do both be over the top and be a finisher in the box. I just thought he was just in his head last year.
Yeah.
But even when we've created chances, he hasn't been it. So that is not a top 4 team anymore. Yeah. But if you make the right change in midfield,
it's not a top 10 team either.
It's
a wooden spoon team. It's a wooden spoon team.
But I think we are.
I'm rooting for the wooden spoon at this point.
We're one change. We're one change
right
in the
something.
Midfield from being like top 10.
I hope they're in the locker room
10,
listening. I really hope that somebody shares this podcast with the locker room.
Yes, but they need a comment box.
Yeah,
please.
But okay, so
please,
because somebody needs a wake up, and there's no what was it? What was Pineda's word?
Intensity.
The word that we thought was a joke, but there is no intensity
right now. That's what.
But it's interesting because we have a couple of guys who could show Mihai looks like he'll kick the backside out of you, and he has a couple of times looked like he want to kill somebody. Galarza looks like he's about to kick his own player.
Edwards, Gregerson will.
Yeah, so I feel like there could be some players who create that.
But back to coaching, why is
frustration?
Why is Tata not? We have no enforcers on this team. That I feel like we're not.
Well,
we're not enforcing, like, especially at home.
Yeah.
I don't see any sort of intimidation. Like, there's none on
Well,
this
one
team.
thing that happens in coaching is if you get slightly wrong the tactics and suddenly you're giving away, like even in this last game, right? Like, we played pretty well for most of the game against number 1 Nashville, right? We were 0-0 at halftime. We were definitely in the game. We had some chances. They had some chances. But it was not a lot of chances in the game overall. But our defensively, we were playing well, right? And then we gave up a terrible goal, right? And it just deflates. And that is created by the domino effect. If you get it a little bit more right and you're a little bit more up the field, you don't give up those stupid goals. I mean, that's what, really happened last year, right? Is that we would just, even the moments we were on the front foot, we just kept giving up stupid goals. Yeah. But we're not giving up the wide open, stupid goal. Now we're giving up, it's a little more sophisticated goal where we give turnover in midfield as opposed to them just building out of the back and us not marking anybody and then they going in and scoring.
Can I ask you a question in the Nashville game? Because I was hosting a party here at the house. I only was able to watch little bits of it. But I was watching when whoever played the ball behind our left back.
Yeah.
And they had
Baez.
basically, is it Baez? That was Baez.
Behind Baez, yeah.
Was it Baez when he just kind of went like this?
Oh, no, that was Galarza.
That was Galarza.
It was him, but Galarza was tracking back when he just went like this on the ball.
That was it.
It wasn't good.
Couldn't even get to the ground. Knowing that ball is that ball is going to go to somebody, couldn't give any more effort than that. That really aggravated me.
Yeah.
That was one of the weakest attempts to stop a ball that's going through to a player. I mean,
But
it was
on any respectable team, like you're subbing that guy off the field. I'm sorry. So as much as I like Galarza as a keep, that really angered me. You want to talk about the U.S. men's national team? Because I got more to talk about.
They
know
didn't
you
score
do.
on that, and they didn't score
They
until
did.
the sixth. Because Mihai came over and did really well on that. He
No,
actually
well,
did a really
you know who
beautiful job.
didn't do well was the guy who got the ball who should have scored it.
He should have scored. He shot it right at Hoyos.
Yeah.
But Mihai took away everything and gave him just the goalkeeper and a short. He did everything right. Anyway, 62nd minute was when we gave up the goal. We turned the ball over in the midfield. I think it was Muyumba. And that's when they got a quick counterattack and scored. But, against the number 1 team in the league, we were, right there in the 62nd minute, and it was a stupid mistake that caused the goal. I mean, but you're like...
Aren't they all?
Yeah, well, but if that's Thomas Jacob, does he make that mistake?
I don't know. I haven't seen enough.
I don't think so. Not Muyumba kind of levels of mistakes, which is like all the time.
Yeah.
all the time.
He gives up the ball all the time.
It's very frustrating.
And I think Tata's seeing that, but you're like, I think what I think about, and the reason why I'm going to not say sell on Tata is I think it's absolutely clear that he knows the problem, and he's not flailing like. Just let me have it. He's not flailing like Pineda, right? Where he's just like, I'm changing stuff and whatever. He's sticking with things that he was. I think he's made some slight differences. Like, I think, like the kinds of decisions like Baez versus Amador, I think he's maybe getting it a little bit wrong, but it's not that big a deal. I think the Edwards is a bigger one. Mm-hmm. But the thing that I think he's doing... Wait, hold on. Let me finish. This is what I want to say. Is that I think that what he is doing is waiting for us to get to the transfer window where he can buy an amazing defensive midfielder, and he thinks that will solve the problem. And it probably will. I think he knows that that's the big problem, and once we get him, it will be a thing. But what I am not impressed with is that right now, when he has only what he has, he doesn't know how to fix it.
Well, that's what I was about to say, is when you start Sanchez, Muyumba, and Fortune in the midfield, I call that flailing, and so would you.
I don't know if it's flailing. I think he
How
just
is that
doesn't
not
think
flailing?
he has anybody else.
Jacob and Edwards.
Yeah, but I think that's the critique of Tata right now, is I don't think he's thinking outside the box and making some truly excellent decisions that might solve the problem. But he's not flailing. It's a little bit different.
Okay, so answer the question. Tata, buy or sell?
So I would still be buying, because I think what's going to happen is that he knows what the problem is. He's going to go ahead and identify an amazing midfielder, or maybe two, and that's what they're going to do is they're going to buy those guys. I mean, for example, you and I love Manchester United.
Yes.
I don't think that we've really solved a lot of our coaching problems, but we did buy a couple of excellent players, right? And Bueno and
so it's not about coaching; it's about players.
well, no, what I'm saying is occasionally you
No,
can.
that's not what he's saying. It's not about the players; it's about the coaching. So it's not Michael Carrick.
No,
it's the players.
What I'm saying is that I think if we had an amazing coach, not Michael Carrick, I don't think he's that good. Like I think that you could take those new players and you could really.
He took a relegation team and now they're in the Champions League. So he's not a good coach.
I think he's just okay.
Just okay.
Really?
He's good. I mean, I think he's above average. I'm not saying I should say. I think he's above average. Do I think that he's gonna be the guy who's gonna win the title multiple times in the Champions League? No. I mean, that's a very high bar.
Yeah.
But at Manchester United, that's what the bar is.
I mean, if you could take a Barcelona coach and let's say bring him to MLS and see if he can win the wooden spoon, we got him.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
We're not going to come close to the wooden spoon.
Well, we're right there right now. Have you
know
looked
we
at
are
the
right
table?
now.
Looked at the data?
Yeah, but what they're going to do is they're just going to buy their way out of the problem because Tata can identify good talent. He's going to find a really good player. They're going to buy two center midfielders, maybe even if we're lucky, a goalkeeper, although I think that is Tata's weakness. He's never been able to identify a goalkeeper, and he was lucky to have a great goalkeeper when he was here, right? That was just pure luck, right? And that's his real weakness. And I think he's identifying talent. For example, right? If you compare him to the last coach, right? The main, like, for example, Barakal, he's realized very quickly that Barakal is not nearly as good as Mihai and Gregerson. He figured that out. So he clearly says this guy is better than this guy, whatever. I'm not sure he's going the one extra step and really creating better, but he's getting them moving more. You see Cooper Sanchez moving more. He's doing some things. They're playing a little better overall. They clearly are, but he hasn't been good enough to be able to fix a real problem. And we do have a real problem.
We have a real problem. I almost at this point, because I'm just so frustrated, I am totally fine with selling everybody, firing everyone. and like, hold on, hear me out. And literally changing the model that Atlanta United was founded on. We were founded on like getting youth and like South American and like leaning on Tata to find the next Jacob. Yeah. Let's go the Inter Miami route. Yeah. Let's buy a bunch of superstars that now want to come to MLS, especially after the World Cup. Beautiful timing, right? Yep. Let's clean the freaking house and find a coach after the World Cup.
But who are they? Who are those? I mean, there was an obvious one in Messi, who's an amazing.
Well, let's bring our boy back from Celtic who got fired. Where's he?
Well, for Nancy?
Yeah, there we go.
I thought you meant. I'm talking about players. Who are the amazing World Cup players who you're going to buy?
Oh, I don't care. We'll figure that out. Will Fernandes will figure that out.
I was thinking,
but like we'll have like literally like just however we need to like just migrate off our contract. That's the problem is with my utopian view here is we're contracting with players. I get it, fans, you nerds that are all going to be screaming. You can't just get rid of everybody.
It's also not that easy because the guys don't want to come over until they're quite old, and many of the players who are really really good, then they get old and then they get terrible. Yeah, right. Like Olivier Giroud, right? Yeah. Was a great player in Europe. He hasn't done that well in MLS. So I don't think you can buy him.
He's gone. He's retired after a year.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So, but like Messi is the exception that proves the rule. I mean, Giroud, it was incredible.
Giroud did well enough. He did a hell of a lot better than Latte Lost.
Well, the other guy who's lit it up, who would fit your mold, is Son, right? Comes from Tottenham. That's what I'm saying.
Why didn't we get those type of guys here?
Well, but that's what I'm saying. You can't just get anybody. You've got to get the right one.
Son. Here, why not?
I think we could get a Son, but you could try to get a Son and get a Giroud instead, and it's not so good. Or even a Ruiz, who came from Germany and was not very good in MLS. He was a great player, but clearly lost a step at his age, right? And has not been a good MLS player. So I don't disagree with you. I think there are
Son is lighting it up.
Yeah, but you got to find the right one.
Well, that's a no-brainer.
Like For example, Griezmann is supposed to be coming to Orlando, and that's their model and their savior, right? I think it's already done deal.
Really? Okay.
Is he that guy or not? Let's say buy or sell on Griezmann in Orlando.
Selling.
See, I agree. I'm selling, but he's not going to do it. He's not the kind of player who ever is going to be he's a great player, but he's never the kind of guy who could just carry a team, and especially at his age. Yeah. So you could add him onto a terrible Orlando team, and there's still a terrible Orlando team.
Agreed.
So that's see, so let's just, if we're going to go that route, we got to find the right guy.
There's so many of those guys that are on the cusp. Like there's a lot. I mean,
like I love a Harry Kane.
All of Europe.
But Harry Kane is still the leading scorer in Germany.
All of Europe.
He's not coming.
Pick somebody who's 31 and above in Europe that's a superstar. There you go. There's your list.
Well, the other one was, you would think it's like a Kevin De Bruyne who was supposed to come to MLS. He didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, where's he now? Just chilling?
No,
somewhere.
He went to somebody good. He was playing in.
I think they were talking about San Diego was trying to get him.
Yeah, but he's playing in Europe still. But so.
We have an empty checkbook. Why wouldn't we bring somebody who's better than everybody? Like,
you got to find the right player.
Yeah, we gambled on Latte Loth, and it was a bust. Yeah. We could have gotten a Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
And that would have put butts in seats, too.
And is Kevin De Bruyne good enough to do the whole thing?
Yes. Of course he is. He's like one of the top players ever in soccer.
He's amazing.
He's literally like a top 10 soccer player.
But I think part of the story is if you're going to get that guy, I think they have to be able to score. Like, that's the bottom line. The guys in MLS who have come in at older ages and transformed it have been guys who aren't, like De Bruyne is just a creator mostly. He'll score occasionally, but, the Ibrahimoviches and even David Beckham who could score. But, and more recently, obviously, Messi and Son. But these guys can score, and that changes the difference. So if I'm getting one of those guys from Europe, I want to make sure it's a guy who can score.
I agree with that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
There's definitely some fairness to that. But let me just put on my brain cap for a second and see who's going to float to the top there. Who are some great goal scorers?
I don't know.
Carmen, help me.
Who are we talking about? I mean,
That would come to Atlanta?
Yeah, there's a lot of people that would come to the United States, yeah.
Not just the United States, but Atlanta?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
I think there are, but you got to find the right guy at the right moment.
You know what I mean? Like, this is also what you're saying with downplaying Atlanta.
Yeah.
Is you got to sell the Caribbean, Atlanta's airport. You got Florida right there. Like, somebody's got to be selling Atlanta better than we're selling Atlanta. And that goes for the Hawks and every other professional organization, too. Because I've traveled the entire United States. Atlanta is not so bad.
Oh, I love Atlanta.
I was a hater of Atlanta for a long time, having grown up here my whole life. But we need some better PR.
I think that's it. 'Cause everyone goes to L.A., Miami, the hot spots.
Mueller went to Vancouver and has changed their fortune.
And by the way, all those places suck compared to Atlanta.
I mean, I agree.
And the rumor is that Neymar is going to Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Well, he's not going to play for one game and get injured.
There you go. There's a guy who can score.
He could, but would you splash the cash on Neymar?
If you're going to splash it on Latte Loft, Neymar, sure, 100%. Let's go.
Neymar would be great if he could be on the field.
Yeah,
he's never on the field.
Yeah,
and obviously when he's on the field, he's terrific.
Well, he and Gregerson can start a club.
So who were you thinking of, Dobbs, when you were saying, where are our scores? Like, where are the scores they coming?
Who could score?
Who are our scores that we're trying to get here? Like, who do we want?
I don't know who these people are that he thinks are coming.
It looked like you had an idea. That's why I'm asking you.
Honestly, though, I feel like if you give me a little time to do some research, I'll come up with a list of 10 people that could easily be goal scorers for Atlanta United.
Okay. I like it.
Yeah.
I mean, this team right now, what I would say is if I were looking for one of those European players, find me a finisher. Like a 32-year-old Sergio Aguero or something, who's at the end of his career or something, or you're 34 even, and just can finish because they just do amazing. Even like Robbie Keane came and transformed things, even though he wasn't a superstar in the Premier League, but he was a consistent 15, 20 goal scorer and was amazing here because the players, could finish. Right? So to me, right now, I would not ever go for a Kevin De Bruyne for Atlanta United, even though I think he's great. I would find
I
somebody
wouldn't go
who could
for him
score.
this year when there was rumors that he was going to come over 2 years ago. Yes.
Yeah.
He could have scored and he could have created.
But we need, if you could do that, you need a guy who's going to be the finisher.
Yeah. De Bruyne
we don't
2
have
years
it
ago
right
could have been
now.
the finisher too.
We don't have it.
Dude, that guy could shoot a ball from 30 yards near post,
Yeah.
far post, and score against these MLS keepers all day. That guy's got a long range, like perfect ball that can either set somebody up or go in the back of the net.
I believe it. Yeah.
I mean,
The guy would be good
who's that?
from Liverpool.
Oh yeah, I 100% behind that too. Mo Salah.
Yeah. That's the guy.
Ooh.
If you could
That's
get
the
him,
guy you could get, and he would score here.
yeah. I thought about that the other day. I
He
was
might
like,
be willing to come to Atlanta.
I don't think he would be there. That's
I don't
Maybe not quite ready,
Yeah, I don't think.
Well, no, I think he's like the one player. Like Atlanta's not his spot.
but okay.
You know what I mean? Like I just don't see. I don't see him that being.
But that's the kind of guy I go for.
Yeah.
Older, clearly leaving one of the great teams.
Yeah.
I
mean,
Would you go with
The
defense?
reason I'm saying
Here's
that
another
he's
thing.
got a family. He's got a family that he's got to talk into. That's the most solid problem. He's got to talk his family into moving to Atlanta for 2 or 3 years.
I think he feels like he has something to prove at another big non-MLS
Yeah,
place.
But here's the other guy who's definitely available. Would you splash the cast as a defensive midfielder for Casemiro?
Would I? Yeah.
Yes.
Of course I would.
100 times over.
Because you would say still at Atlanta he would have enough. The only thing I worry about him is, I think he's one of the great defensive midfielders who's ever played. But I think MLS is such a fast game, and that's the one thing that he's struggling now with.
Yeah.
I mean, he still reads it incredibly well, and he works really hard. But I
It's a good
would
point.
have a real thought about it. I don't know.
For you to
I don't
say
know.
because I would say like none of those people would have a problem with the MLS just because. But that's
Well,
interesting. That makes sense. though.
You can't just say. I mean, the default is to say MLS is not nearly as good a league, which is true, and so there'll be a better player. But it's not always true you'll be a better player. It depends on the kind of player you are. So MLS is a very fast physical league. It's not a great technical league. Right now, it's not so great. So
Right. So if he can't rely on other technical players around him,
yeah,
and then there's speed going behind him, he could be exposed.
I mean, the guy who I would buy in a heartbeat from Man United is Ugarte, right? Who's right now is not
some
playing at
Ugarte.
all.
I am not sold on your
love
Ugarte
some
nonsense.
Ugarte.
He would be great for Atlanta United. He would be
Well,
absolutely
maybe because
great.
he's not good enough for the EPL. I'll
Yeah,
tell you
That's
that.
but
right.
he's-
He'd be a good defensive midfielder for us.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
That's fair.
Ugh. So what? Anyway,
We need a defensive midfielder.
we do.
We really need a box-to-box midfielder as well, and we need a goalkeeper.
Yeah, I mean, if I'm going to take a top EPL player that's not doing great right now, I'll take Ugarte.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Right now, he's not playing at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take
So
it.
why not? Why not make a bid?
All right. What are we going to talk about next?
don't know.
We're
U.S.
going
men's
to talk
national
about
team?
U.S. Yeah, I was saying.
Or do you want to talk EPL? We can do that now. I think U.S. men's national
Yeah,
team.
that's what we're gonna talk about.
Friendlies, March friendlies, Belgium and Portugal.
Awful and awful.
And awful.
So let's hear your take first.
Well, I think it's what a lot of we saw, right? The first 30 minutes look pretty solid. You're like, okay, this is European soccer style or controlling, have some dangerous moments. The first 30 minutes felt like this is going to go our way. But like any soccer game you watch, if that's the case, you're dominating a little bit the first 30, 35 minutes, you don't get it done. You don't get that goal. Good night. It's over. Statistically, you're not gonna win the game. And then the tide turned, and the rest of the minutes of the game, it was us just getting destroyed by both teams.
Yep. And I think that, so to me, there's three players. So we have some really good attacking talent, right? You know, we're talking about the Weston McKennies of the world. We're talking about the Pulisics of the world, right? Even a Balogun, who's still only 21 years old.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So we have some really attacking talent. It doesn't matter, right? If you cannot control the middle and you give up goals straight up through the center of the back. And what is the weakness in the U.S.? it's absolutely our center backs. Because as I said, I think to me, Richards has a lot of talent, and I think that Miles Robinson has a lot of talent. And outside of that, their center backs suck. No offense, Tim Ream was a great center back, but he's just old.
Yeah.
And no offense.
And nobody's better as a center back going forward with the ball.
Yeah.
But as a defender, it's past.
So if those two guys are not healthy in the center back, we're effed. And I'm not even sure Pochettino thinks they're so much better than the other guys, and that's a problem. So, he thinks Mark McKenzie is okay, there. He thinks he's fine, and he's not. He thinks some other things. But anyway, he played Austin Trusty, who looked awful. I mean, awful. How is that guy playing at Celtic?
Yeah.
Gee, many Christmas. If I were a Celtic fan, I'd be tearing my hair out. Anyway, and then the other guy who we cannot do anything possible without, and who is the whole difference in the entire outlook on the team, is Tyler Adams. Tyler Adams starting in the defensive center midfielder, which clearly Pochettino wants.
Yeah.
If he's healthy, this U.S. team is absolutely still a viable team in the World Cup. If he is not, forget it. It doesn't matter.
Viable as in they might be able to make it out of the group?
Yeah.
No, I'm talking about where we should be a quarterfinal team. I think we should be a semifinal team if everything goes right. But even just having to, if you give me Tyler Adams, we're a quarterfinal team.
Absolute crazy talk.
Well, because
You're
saw
talking absolutely crazy.
You saw the team play without Tyler Adams, and they're terrible without him.
I agree
Yeah,
with
but
that.
we're terrible on a number of fronts if we lose one person.
Well, that's the danger.
And statistically,
absolutely,
we are going to lose one person, which means we're back to ground zero.
I don't disagree with you that we have not developed the depth and the talent or whatever. Because if you go from Tyler Adams to, it was Tessman who was the backup, and Tess was playing at a good club. He was terrible.
Yeah. But at some point, Dave,
Christian Roldan
you
was
have
the
to
other guy.
add it up. Even US's best 11, you start stacking that up against the other 10 teams that are better than us. Clearly 10 teams better than us, right? Being generous there, you could say there's 20 teams better than us. You go player by player, and you're outclassed, including Tyler Adams being outclassed by many other players at his position.
I think Tyler Adams is certainly a top 5 defensive midfielder in the Premier League. And I think, honestly, he's probably a top 20 defensive midfielder in the whole world and makes all the difference.
Okay, that's fair. If he's 20, that means we're 20th with our best player that matters most, what you're just saying. Or
He
even
matters everything.
even 10th. And my point being is the World Cup is the World Cup. There's no mercy.
Yeah.
Those other teams are so much better position by position.
I think a lot of those teams have
Let's go.
weaknesses.
Let's
No, we're going to do this. We're waiting. You got to give me get 3 weeks right as we lead into the World Cup. I don't want our fans. I want to do it when it's prime. I'm already working on that.
All right, so you work on that. I'm going to use AI, and I'm going to do some deep research
my goodness.
to compare the U.S. men's national team.
I already have.
Against every other national team player, position by position. I'm going to do a grid with Gemini, and I'm going to battle you in your brain and see what you got.
I already have. I've been working on exactly because you asked me to do it. I've been working on. I have a title note. It says other national team squads.
Yeah.
Because I'm evaluating. So far, I have Argentina and Brazil.
Sneak preview, better than the U.S.
So what I've been doing, and just so you can ask your AI to do it or whatever, right, is I have been breaking them down into elite, tier 1, and other. Okay. So elite being Erling Haaland, incredible player. Yeah. Tier 1 being really good first, Griezmann, certainly tier 1 or whatever.
Christian Pulisic.
And honestly, guys who are really starting and are playing major roles for a Champions League team is tier 1.
Christian Pulisic.
Certainly Pulisic.
That's our only guy. And maybe I would give Jedi Robinson.
No, Weston McKennie is a star for Juventus. I think he's a tier 1 for sure.
I don't know.
Anyway, and then other.
I think he's on the fence on that.
Well, we're gonna do it because I knew you were gonna do exactly that.
Yep.
So I have literally listed who I'm calling what, and we can go and critique player by player, but that's how I'm doing it. So that's how you should do your AI, is try to get them to say, of the other national
I'm going to do my AI how I want to do my AI. It's gonna out battle you, man.
No.
Don't try to
Can't be done.
stack the deck.
Can't be done.
All right.
There's no replacing me with AI.
So we got we're 15 till 10. English Premier League, Manchester United. Michael Carrick is the new coach. Dave still doesn't believe he's good enough to be the coach.
Well,
explain.
so people say buy sell on Carrick, and I would say I cannot make that call. And the reason is, as I've told you over and over and over, I would never make a buy sell call on a coach until I knew who else I could get. So if there are a few small number of coaches, and it's not that large, who I could get in place of Michael Carrick, I would say sell. But they're not that many. So, and if you can't get any of them, which is very possible, then I would say buy.
Who are your handful of buys then?
Well, I mean, if you just want to go for the fantasy world.
Well, I mean, it's Manchester United. It's not a fantasy.
Well, but they're not, for example.
Michael Carrick's got him in third, right? So it's not like they're nobody.
If Klopp is coming back, he would take him for sure, but we're not probably getting Klopp. I mean,
do you think Klopp would coach a Man United?
I have no idea. He's coached big teams.
No, I know. I'm saying, like, in the EPL, I feel like there's coaches, once they coach like a Liverpool, they would never go to
they're a rival for sure.
I feel like an EPL is like
or Guardiola. Would he go to Man City to Man United?
I feel like the EPL is still the only league that has that kind of unwritten rule. Like you would never go do that unless you're Jose Mourinho. You're like, I'll go wherever.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Klopp, sure, yeah.
There are very few coaches.
You definitely take Klopp if you're Manchester United.
I don't think he would ever.
Yeah, so this is, if I were the Manchester United, brass or whatever, I would make a super serious run at Klopp.
Because I watched.
And if he turns us down, then I would offer the contract to stay for Carrick, and I would I would leak it and say a little bit on the side. We're like, oh, who are the alternatives? And we'd be like, yeah, Klopp turned it down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let me ask you this: would you hire Pochettino?
This is a great question.
How you like them apples?
No.
I think the answer is yes.
No.
But do I think that Pochettino is a much better coach than Carrick? They're different.
Right. So you are the GM that gets to make that call.
Yeah, I would make the call, yes.
And then the team goes back to the old Manchester United ways after Michael Carrick.
Good.
How are you going to sleep with your family after that?
I get fired, because that's what should happen.
Yeah.
If I made the call to replace Carrick with Pochettino,
gotten fired immediately
and
after
we don't do well, then I get fired.
Yeah.
Why is Pochettino a good coach right now?
Pochettino, everywhere he's coached in Europe, has done incredibly well.
He's not doing well here.
You cannot say that. The guy
doing
was
terrible.
The guy was hired to coach a World Cup team. Whenever you're evaluating a World Cup team, it don't matter whether you're 50-0 or 0-50. It matters what you do in the World Cup. That's what he's going to be judged on.
Yeah.
And so you cannot say anything to me right now about Pochettino, good or bad. You can't say he's the worst. You can't say he's the better as a national team coach until you see what he does.
I will tell you right now, he's crap. Because I can tell you by watching the games that I paid good hard money for.
Yeah.
That guy does not have this team ready for the World Cup.
It was weird.
He is crap. We are not going far in the World Cup, and I will tell you that for a fact. Not happening.
I have to say, it was weird how he was experimenting in this window, and I'm like, why are we experimenting?
Because he doesn't care about this country. Right? He doesn't care about this team.
True. He's heating up.
He doesn't. He's talking about like going to some other club and coaching Manchester United. Could give a rat's ass about the United States national team.
I disagree with that.
I know it from watching and hearing a person talk.
He
is completely disengaged from caring about the future of U.S. soccer.
No, if he didn't care about the U.S. soccer, he would never have done what he did, which was to confront the key players and try to build a much stronger culture. If he didn't care, he never would have done it. He wouldn't have had to. He just put them on the field.
Confront the key players.
He did.
He didn't even call Joe Scally until like 7 months into the camps.
No, but
and left that guy hanging on a wire who's like one of our best left backs on the team didn't even have a conversation.
First of
with
all,
him.
he's a right back. But
Right back, whatever.
he's not that
I've heard
great.
it both ways.
He's not that great, but he's better
fine.
than most other players that Pochettino's dicking around with.
I don't disagree with that.
100%.
But that's not the difference between caring, because talent
It is
evaluating and trying new players and tinkering is very different than not caring. Caring, if he didn't care, he would not have gone to Pulisic and Weston McKennie and those guys and called them out and tried to
He's an
change
idiot.
the culture.
He's an idiot. I mean, you need to get. I'm sorry. He's like it's complete like politician crap with him, and even with Reyna, he's like, oh, well, we don't have much talent that can actually be that creative and attacking. So we brought him into the last camp to prove himself, or the last couple camps. Like, why not bring him in early and make a decision like a real coach? I don't get it. The cat and mouse thing that dude does.
He does playing games, and he might win or lose.
He's
He
a
does play
loser.
a lot of games.
He's clearly a loser because
Well.
we got our ass whipped by legitimate competition that's not going to be anything like we actually see from the top teams. I mean, Portugal, sure.
So what are you going to do if we make the quarterfinals? You're going to run around Avondale naked or something?
You're goddamn right I will.
Ooh, market. What is this?
I will streak through the park.
9:51 p.m. on
All right,
April
hey,
20th.
Okay? No, mark it, but what are you doing?
If what?
If what?
If we
What did I
don't
say?
if
Make
we
it
don't
out of the group?
if we don't make it out of the round of 16.
Oh,
I'll
don't
get
take.
you a nice bottle of wine, but I'm not like
You're not going to
All in
you
on
have
that.
you actually have some professional credibility to uphold. You're not going streaking through the park.
no.
Dave's looking at his watch like, all right, this podcast is gone off the rails. I'm willing to streak through the park.
I'll be right behind you.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness gracious!
I'll do that. I'll be speaking right behind you, and I'll be laughing my ass off. Be like, "You're wrong. You're wrong.
You're wrong. You're wrong.
But seriously, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding. I'm sure we'll have other podcasts. But Katz, you think we make it to the quarterfinals?
Yes.
And Mikey Dobbs, you think round of 16?
I've been
Best
saying
case.
all along. I thought that
I don't think we're gonna
our
make it
goal
past
should
around
be
the
the
16.
semifinals. I really think our team is good enough at home. Do I think we are a top 4 team? No, but I think at home, could we get into a quarterfinal and beat somebody with our team because we have the home field advantage? Yes. So I think that should be our goal. But I think realistically, we should be a quarterfinal team.
I think
At home.
at home. I think realistically at home we should be a round of 16 team.
Okay, that's not so different.
I agree with that. I'll go round to 16. I don't
Yeah.
see us.
I mean, and honestly, that's right where we're gonna die. Right there. Like
And
that's
going to
our
be
limit.
That's going to be all the difference. So to me, if we have those guys who I just talked about, and particularly Richards and Robinson and Tyler Adams, and they're playing and they're 100%, I think there's no problem getting through that round of 32 to the 16 and 16 to 8. If they're not playing, forget it. Like, we have no chance.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference. It's a small margin at that level because they are such force multipliers for this team because, they have the building blocks for all those other guys.
But
to
I
do
don't
the
even
thing.
think Pochettino thinks that Miles Robinson's the guy.
I'm not sure he
Oh,
does,
yeah.
and that's a problem.
Same.
Yeah, so there's
I
so many
don't
things
disagree with you.
against what you're saying. Like, it's not
I
going to
agree.
happen, man.
I agree with you.
It's not like Pochettino. Like, you're like, oh, he's a great coach, but he doesn't see what I see. So, why is he a great coach?
I'm not saying he's a great coach.
But you would hire him for Manchester United.
I said that I think he's a better coach than Carrick.
Carrick.
It doesn't mean he's a great coach.
Why? Because Carrick's got the team from going from like 14th up to 3rd.
Yeah, but I mean, Pochettino took Tottenham from bottom or whatever to the Champions League final.
That's
and
like
to
the only thing
whatever.
he's done.
Well,
Literally, that's like the only thing that guy
but
can
you're
hang
arguing
his
the
head on.
same thing.
No, he's got one.
And he did it for multiple years, whereas Carrick is whatever.
Carrick
And
took a decade-long disaster and at least moved them up into Champions League. Like, literally, decade-long disaster. Your team, Manchester United, has been a dumpster fire for a decade.
when he took over this season, we were lower, but we were like mid. He's moved us up, 5 spots? 4 spots?
dude.
5 spots?
If you'd have given
good, but it's not that.
What's his name? Amarin? What is that guy's name?
I mean, he's horrible.
Yeah.
Had you given him 2 more weeks,
Oh, he'd
they
been
would have been
awful.
like
Yeah.
14th.
I agree.
I'm telling you.
I agree. I think that, and I was saying I thought he was terrible. Get rid of him. Awful.
Yeah, I don't know if Carrick's a great coach, but he was what the team needed at that point. Just to be like,
he's
play.
the
Just go
opposite.
play.
Just go play.
Just go
and
play.
he puts them out there, and they're solid. Whatever.
Isn't that great coaching?
For that moment. For that moment, I think he was.
Long term, no. You cannot consistently compete for titles in Champions League without that. You need a coach who's tactically doing more interesting things, who's pushing players, who's doing. It's not good enough.
Tactically interesting things like play the right players and be like, go get them, boys.
I think Manchester,
Sorry, I disagree. Yeah. I mean, how could with the players that Manchester United have right now, Michael Carrick is overachieving.
I think our team has got the signings have been really good.
Like, the one thing that Manchester United has
Sesko, Mbuemo, Cunha, they've been really good.
Cunha and Bruno Fernandes.
And Bruno Fernandes is great the whole time.
He's the best player in the EPL, I think.
He's been great the whole time.
Amazing.
He's the only reason why Manchester United didn't get relegated probably under some of those coaches.
But that's where, again, I'm leaning back to players mattering more than coaching to some degree. Cunha, Wolves player, best player on Wolves until they acquired him. He comes over. He's an X factor. He adds to taking off the pressure of Bruno Fernandes.
He's been amazing.
Yeah. So Bruno Fernandes can now be Bruno Fernandes and set everybody up. And now you got, what's his name? The striker, Mbame or whatever his name is. Mbuemo. He's got great runs in the box. Like he's the old guy that has got a lot of veteran.
He's been the best signing there.
Oh, hell yeah. Great signing. Those three are making the difference. But the reason that's happening is because of Michael Carrick.
But he's still playing fucking Kobe Manu.
No, don't go after my boy.
Who would you play instead of him?
Do not say Ugarte. Don't do it.
Play Ugarte in
Don't
a heartbeat.
Do it.
I'd play anybody over him.
Do you think that would mess up the accidental slowdown of the game, though? Which Manu does?
Controlling tempo.
Ugarte,
because I truly believe, like, you know, that I agree with it. Mano is awful. Ball watcher. Ultimate ball watcher. I've never seen anybody watch somebody go behind their back with so many airplanes going behind him. He's like, I have no idea what's going back there because I'm watching the ball over here floating through the middle. Agreed. But when I also watch there's a weird science with it, though, that I've also observed that everybody else around him is excelling. So I don't know.
Maybe that's
you know what? You know what the difference, though? I mean, if you want to talk Atlanta United through the metaphor of Manchester United, the difference for Man United this year has been the goalkeeping. The goalkeeping has been outstanding. That guy is legit, Lemons.
True.
I mean, and that changes everything. It's a foundation.
Yeah.
If we had a goalkeeper, not Lemons, but like an MLS version of him, it would be a game changer. And he's super young. He's like 23. He's going to be there for another. I mean, I would sign him and sign him and sign him and sign him to a big contract.
Yeah.
He's great.
100%. I agree with that.
He's
He is great.
unflappable. He makes a big save. Yeah. He's strong. He's a little fiery. Like, he's the whole deal.
Yeah.
And that changes the way the defenders. If we had a goalkeeper like that behind Gregerson and Mihai.
Well, here's another thing. What European goalkeeper can we get who's like 35 that's got...
And that would be a good answer to get. You know, some of those guys, they write them off a little too early, and they're still good.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny because they had him on the podcast. They had Ben Foster on the podcast with Guzan the other day. I'm like, put him on the freaking field. I know he's 40, but he would be great compared to Hoyos.
Yeah.
That's a great point.
Yeah.
Come on.
Sign him to a 1-year contract. Yeah.
I mean, honestly, the journeyman that Manchester United cast off, David De Gea, I would have signed him for sure.
I would take David De Gea.
It'd be terrific.
Second.
Way over Hoyos.
Yeah.
A second.
I mean, come on.
Oh, where is he?
Write him a check.
Can we get him? Let's get him.
I mean, he finally signed. He's playing again, but he was he was playing for nobody for like almost a year.
But I feel like the recruiting team for Atlanta United ignores all those. We don't go after that type of player.
I don't know why they didn't realize that goalkeeping was a problem. We were talking about it in the last 2 years. Like, you know, Guzan was a problem his last year for sure. And even the second to last year, he went second to last year. He went from suddenly one of the top goalkeepers to definitely below half bottom. Yeah. And then the last year, he was probably amongst the worst goalkeepers in the whole league.
I also have a text thread in that you said Mo Salah.
Yeah, Mo Salah.
Long shot, for sure.
Yeah.
Like a 1%er.
Yeah.
But if we haven't
gotta
made,
go somewhere.
But if we haven't made the call and done the pitch, and I don't think we have. I don't think we
I
have.
guess it's probably
The way they got Messi, right, is they worked over a number of years and they said, come to America. And it was all the endorsement and all the other things. He has never cashed in because he's Egyptian and he plays in Liverpool. He's never been in one of whatever cities. If he could come to America and be an icon and be a Nike or whatever contract, whatever, he might say yes.
I know.
Give him the same deal that they gave Messi.
If you don't try, you're never going to get him.
That's the guy I'd go after.
I don't think we've tried it all.
Yeah, that's the guy I'd go after.
And I don't understand why Atlanta, like, MLS is beyond the retirement league tag at this point.
Yeah.
We need some of the retirees.
Yeah.
Like, for this league to progress, we need the Messi.
I mean, he could go to another, lower Champions League team and do pretty well for a little while, but I mean,
what's the point if you're Atlanta United and you're the top 3 spender in the MLS and you don't go after any superstars?
That makes sense. Yeah,
it doesn't
you're
make
right.
any sense, man.
Right.
I think we got too smart by half in terms of we got these, like, we're going to get these creative. I mean, in some ways, in a way, the Liverpool got Mo Salah, right? They found him statistically, and he wasn't a superstar at that time. And we're trying to do that for MLS, and that's what the latte loth was. Is like, oh, we found this guy in the championship who's a superstar, and he's never been quite given the chance, and he's going to be that player, and he's not. But the alternative to that is to get a player who everybody knows is already that player and convince him to come here, right? Like Mo Salah, who's still, if you took Mo Salah, you're talking about, you got to, right now, he'd have another 5 years of dominating MLS for sure. He's not injury prone. He plays all the time. He scores goals. He assists. Like, be legit good. Yeah.
We need a comment.
Well, we've talked about a lot, and you guys knew coming into this I was going to be very angry.
Yes.
About
you were actually a little tamer than I thought you'd be.
Yeah.
yeah, I kind of was.
You were?
I'm still. I got a lot of issues.
We did the buy or sell, and the worst part about it is you weren't that far off from me.
Yeah,
No, I mean, that didn't surprise me. I don't think.
Okay. I thought you were going to be sell them all.
But there was a no. But at the end,
You were more honest.
But at the end of the day, I kind of am sell it all, which was my takeaway. Right?
Yeah.
Is like because the way that we're trying to create the chemistry of whoever Atlanta United is, which is not at this point, it's not working. And so that's what I'm saying. We need to reimagine how we're going to bat with coaching, the whole design of how we're going to win MLS Cup again. I mean, if you're not winning, you're losing.
But I would say the other thing I would say about Tata is it's whether Tata is the greatest coach of all time or not. If we got it right and got the players, like let's say you got a Mo Salah and a goalkeeper, or whatever, he would certainly coach them up and we'd win. Like he's certainly that good.
I agree. So
that's not the problem.
So why isn't Henderson seeing this? So like, who else is?
But Henderson hasn't had a chance to sign anybody yet. He hasn't even had a window. Okay. I mean, he came in like. Yes, he was technically here during the last window, but he was literally like right here.
Yeah. Okay.
So, like, I think to me, you can't judge him at all. I mean, you really can't judge him in a midseason window. Like, give him the midseason and give him the end of the window, and then you can start to judge him and say,
I'm judging everybody. I've had 7 years of crap. I'm judging everybody every second I can get.
Because hopefully he's seeing, and so Tata keeps saying over and over and over, our defensive midfield is awful. I mean, could you imagine playing me and Bob? Be like, yeah, our defensive midfield sucks. They're like, oh, that's me.
Here I am. Yes, but
he's
ugly.
right.
It's
He's
ugly,
absolutely right.
Also, what kind of locker room things do you think are happening? Because I would just like to get in there for 5 minutes. I just want 5 minutes with all of them. I'd go around with buy and sell.
Well, the interesting
Give it
thing,
to him.
You don't have the Arroz con Pollo because Pineda was not just coaching it badly, he was an idiot. Like he just was doing poorly, right? Obviously, what Tata is doing on the training ground and what he's telling and whatever, it all makes sense. It's obviously not working and they're all frustrated by it, but nobody's clearly in the locker room being like, Tata's an idiot. Right. Whatever he is saying, he's not getting that. I think Tata...
Fair point.
Thought that and as I did, I think he thought that the team was a little better than it was. I really thought Latte Loth could turn the corner. He hasn't. I haven't given up quite as much as you have on the current players. I think some tactical fixes could do way better for us. But I think clearly Tata realizes that there are some upgrades. And then the question is how many and who are they going to be? Because it makes a huge difference. If you flail about and you don't know who the right guys are to get rid of and whatever, this is a disaster. If you quickly know who the right guys are to get rid of and you make the replacements, you could get a mid-season, you could get 1 or 2 players and suddenly be great.
Yeah. I'm going to be really angry if you're right. That's one thing I know. But the thing is, even if you're right at this point, that means we're going to be like in 7th place, 8th place.
I feel like
best case scenario.
The frustrating thing I feel about Tata right now is that I feel like he knows the problem because you can see it. He's not flailing and he keeps talking about what the problem is, but he is waiting for the signings. He's like, yeah, we need a better player here and there. And he's waiting for the signings. And I'm like, come on, let's just fix a little bit, do some creative.
Try to get a couple games.
Yeah. While we're now, as opposed to just
being one.
Now, he said, to be fair, he said, look, I didn't expect it to be this bad. And, you know, people are like, well, we're terrible. But I think what he meant by that is that he thought, okay, even if it's not as good as what we're doing, you know, we'll have a mediocre start. Then I'll know I'll bring in the guys who I wanted to bring in. I'll bring in a defensive mid. I'll fix the couple positions, and then we'll move up the table. I don't think he expected the way he set up the team and the team we had to be this bad.
Yeah, but that's all his fault. The reason we are 1-1-6 is 100% his fault. He needed to find a way to get some wins. We should have at least 2 more wins.
I think he has. The thing that's been disappointing about him is I thought that he was good enough as a coach to do some really interesting tactical things and get us some overachieving wins. And he hasn't done it.
Yeah, we've underachieved massively.
I think we've underachieved a little bit. Yeah.
I don't know, guys.
Well, you know.
I'm not hopeful. Because, I mean, he started, when he came, he was like, oh, we have the players. Yep. Well, if we have the players, then what's up?
Let's go.
Yeah, and, you know, I don't know. Maybe Latte La suddenly scores, you know, 12 goals in the next 8 games.
He needs a couple. He just needs a couple.
Even, you know, as
break
bad as he's been, he's not that bad, and you can like he could do that. Like I don't know. I agree with Mikey Dobbs. I'm not sure at this point he's the answer. If he is going to be the answer, he has to be paired.
Let's wrap this up. We got a game Wednesday. Who are we playing?
The New England.
Yeah.
How are they as a team? Terrible team.
Terrible.
They're awful.
All right, I predict we lose 2-0.
Wait, it's at home. They're terrible.
Yeah, and we lose 2-0. That's my prediction.
Oh, jeez. Oh, gosh. I'm always so positive.
Can't score, can't defend. 2-0.
I say we win 2-1.
Dave's going to go for a tie. Watch this.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I think we're going to tie.
Yeah.
I think we tie 1-1.
I mean, how depressing is that?
That is depressing.
So depressing. Come on, Atlanta United. Give us some hope.
I haven't seen anything that said that we're going to run out and win, even though we should.
Yeah.
I texted you guys that I thought Nashville was going to be the weird game that we were going to suddenly win because I thought they were coming off. They actually went to the Azteca in the CONCACAF Champions League and was the first MLS team to win at the Azteca.
Right.
And my prediction in terms of teams and coaches, when I said that Nashville was going to be really good and their coach looks legit, that's all turned out to be true. But I thought coming back here, we might be able to catch them, you know, on an off night and get whatever.
I'm going to get really weird with y'all.
Uh-oh.
That we get an early red card in the game and we're down to 10 men, and that's why they're up 2-0.
Okay. Wow.
You're going real specific.
Because what he's reading is the frustration in the team.
Yeah,
that's what that is. That's actually.
You want to call who's going to get it?
Yeah,
that's why he's very insightful because he's reading the frustration in the team.
And I agree.
Because I feel the frustration. Somebody's going to come out and finally come with cleats up.
Yeah, I agree.
Who we got?
Baez.
It could happen. It could be Baez. It could be Mihai. Yeah, one of them.
When that happens,
Baez or Galarza. It's gonna be
Galarza.
it's gonna be one of the Latinos.
I like that prediction.
That's a really good.
I'm not saying it's going to happen, but it's
Yeah, no, I mean, I like I said, if I'm gonna put a weird prediction out
that
there,
is.
since I'm gonna go 2-0, and it's gonna be one of those things that we're on the defensive foot the entire
Mikey
game.
Dobbs, you're a lot smarter than you look.
Ton. If we
no
hadn't
one's
gone
ever said
so
that.
long, I would read Mikey Dobbs' text because when I say they're entertaining, oh my goodness.
Give me a couple comments
What
to close this out. What do we got?
Let's see. For tonight, well, I'll start. Okay, we'll quickly go.
Just
during
a couple, Carmen.
Just a couple.
I love him so much. Because what was it you were saying during? Okay. Oh, just during the last game, you're like,
It's definitely burned down the world.
I know. Well, this isn't even burned down the world yet. That is some of the laziest left back defending I've ever seen. Fortune has the touch of a cinder block. He just kind of let his right leg out a bit. Like, that's all the best
true.
I can do.
Somebody played him a beautiful cross right at the top of the 18. It was like thunk. I was like, no, that's why you're never going to be in Europe.
It was a pass out of the back to him, and it was a thunk. And then he was fast enough to still stay on the ball, and then he tried to turn his defender, lost the ball, gave up the counter
This was a different play. Somebody crossed him the ball like on the offensive side of the field. He was at the top of the 18. And it went over the guy's head, and he tried to trap it, and it just was like thunk.
Not good.
And then I think this was tonight. We were talking about we're going to do keeper Sal, and he was like, U.S. men's national team is going to get an effing ripping from me too. Zero hope for this World Cup. Complete dumpster fire as well. I wouldn't spend a dime to watch this team. I certainly wouldn't pay jersey transit fees. FIFA and sport is basically as bad as gambling at this point.
It is.
House always wins, and your team, and you're never your team. I am broke and emotionally drained.
I am.
That was the greatest.
That was one of them. It just
ever.
kept going.
All right, let's dance it out now.
Thanks for listening, everybody.
I do it, coach.
I did my best.
Football is life. Daddy Rojas, Daddy Rojas.